Hey everybody, Scott Sillari here with RealSync. Super excited to be with you and to be with my man Levi Rodgers. Um, we have a great interview for you today to really get an understanding of some of the things that you will experience if you build a business like Levi has, and some of the things that he's been able to do to figure out how to make his processes efficient so that he's, really profitable and understands what's actually happening in his business. So, Levi, I really appreciate you being here to talk to our audience. Thanks so much, man.
No, hey, thank you very much. I appreciate you having me, man. I really appreciate all the help you've given me since we met too. So thanks. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, you got it. So, one
Yeah.
of the things I always like to start, Levi, is like, if someone's watching this and doesn't know who you are, like why should they listen to you, Tell me a little bit about like where you came from, man. What was your background and like how did you get to like starting in real estate and then building a business of, managing and running 300 agents? It's a big thing, man. Not a lot of people are able to do it right?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I started out, I grew up in Sacramento, California, and, grew up in a family that had a lot of love, but not a lot of money or experience in the business world. And so I decided to join the Army at a young age of 17, and I went off and did the Army. And so while I was in the Army, I had a great career, but at the end of my career, I was wounded in Afghanistan in 2009, and that's what brought me here to San Antonio, Texas. And as I transitioned out of the military, I had a lot of challenges and that I was facing during that time, and found real estate found me. I was in a situation where I had a house I needed to sell out in North Carolina, and that I owned. I had bought with a VA loan. It was the very first house I bought, and the real estate agent that helped me buy it, he helped me make a smart real estate decision, and that decision turned out to be what helped motivate me to get in this business. And he was just a phenomenal real estate agent, and was like, you know what? I don't have a job. I'm looking for work, and I'm out of money. So I just jumped on Google and how to become a real estate agent. And turns out when you treat people right and you surround yourself with great people, great things happen. So that's kind of my journey in a 30-second
Yeah.
summary.
Dude, that's amazing, man. And you know, uh, obviously going into the service and serving your country and like, having the people around you and the support when you're in the army, it's always that transition that's tough, right? When you get out, I mean, we hear about that all the time now. And being able to, find a path to where you could be successful is pretty awesome. That's what's great about real estate, man, is like you don't your previous education experience in the past has nothing to do with whether or not you can be successful in real estate. It's about how motivated and driven you are in the end, right? And like you said, surround yourself with really great people that can mentor you along the way. Um, so fast forward a little bit, you get into it. How did you like go from I'm doing some real estate to I'm gonna build this big brokerage? Because
Um,
that's a big leap that most people don't make or can't make, or it's really hard for them to make in itself.
Yeah, great partnerships. I it was about 3 months into the industry where my phone rang. It was a salesman from then a small company named Zillow, and obviously we all know how that story went. That now they're a massive organization, and that relationship is something that I nurtured. Daily up till today. They've taken great care of me, and it's been a great partnership, as have other partnerships in this industry. And
Yeah.
but for me, just getting myself in the right rooms and ensuring that I get around people that have gone where I want to go is has been critical. And so I've just been a sponge every step of the way, and just learning from people, and not afraid of executing, being smart with the fruits of my labor, making sure I'm making smart business decisions along the way. But at the foundation of it, great agents, great staff, great leadership in my company have all been, aspects that have led to where we're at today. And so,
Yeah, I love that, man. It's so right too. So fast forward, we're introduced through a business partner of mine, and then again introduced through Justin, who runs Shiloh and Barra
mm.
Agency. So take me to that point where you're like, you know what, maybe this is a good decision to work with Scott and RealSync. Like, how did that go down a little bit?
Yeah, so Justin is like the guy I go to for all tech problems. I met Justin with his Bara agency, service that they provide, and then together we, built Shiloh, which is a whole nother story, which
Yeah,
is a really neat journey. But I was talking with Justin, and I'm like, hey man, like my data is a tangled ball of yarn, man, and it's like a moving tangled ball of yarn that like is being juggled, and like I just am making decisions. It seems like 3 months too late, and the market being so dynamic right now, I need to make decisions based on performance that's happening now versus waiting till the check comes in to realize how well the last month was or the month before was, et cetera. And so that's how we got connected because Justin just group texted us and it's like,
yeah.
hey, maybe Scott can help you out with that. And so, which you have, which has been pretty cool.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, talk. So, when we started working, obviously, we one of the big things was like transparency in your data, like you said, understanding it, not having to make decisions months late, like being able to make real-time decisions based on knowing that the data is accurate, right? And so we're really grateful that you've been working with us as we've ironed out some of the kinks. But talk to me about the process so far because we've, that problem we went and solved a kind of couple different issues. Obviously, one with our business intelligence solution where we're able to present the data in real time to you on what's going on in your follow-up boss, but also talk a little bit about what we were able to throw together with the Dotloop because now a lot of other people can use it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one of the challenges throughout the industry is the API integrations. And one of the values that you brought to this relationship was being able to access Dotloop and the data in Dotloop so it can integrate within the BI dashboard that you have built. And so that was critical for me because my agents, as big Zillow partners, is a big flex team. We'll do about 100 flex closings a month. We are, constantly in Dotloop as well because we like the Zillow products, et cetera. But we need to be able to see that data also in real time on one dashboard. And so currently with the offerings, we can't do that, but you were able to make that happen for me. And so before we met, I would have to look at our brokerment software and we would see what happened a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. And so it's been super helpful. So
Yeah, I mean that it's got like it's got to be tough when you're using solutions that are like it's great that you have them, but when you're looking at old data, it's like how do now you're making decisions way too late, right? Whether it's about an agent that's like in their performance, leads that are converting potentially at a really high clip, like your Zillow, or a low clip, and needing to know, like, well, should I keep spending money on the ones that aren't working well, right? And like being able to have that insight so you can make it in real time is, I'm sure, has been extremely helpful at this point, right?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a real-time world, man. Like so. I mean, you got to be able to make decisions in real time, and if you don't have a quick snapshot of what's going on, it makes it more of a guess than anything. And I give an example. Like if I'm going to meet with an agent, we're going to talk about performance. Or if I have to make some important decisions about an agent in a certain lead program, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to want to have a tool like this to be able to just be fair to that agent, as well. I don't want to make some haphazard decision just because I think that the data suggests this or that, and
Yeah,
so
like
forth. And so, yeah,
totally, man. Like making assumptions. You don't want to be making assumptions. You
yeah,
want to have the facts, right? So that you can
right.
like go, hey, this seems to be a performance issue, or hey, maybe this is a training issue, or maybe it's this, that, and the other, but like you have that insight now to where you can have that very, critical conversation with that person to either help them perform or to understand that maybe this just isn't a fit the way that you're doing it on your team, right? And so I think
Yep.
that's a big, big thing. And then, to jump back, like, so we have the BI solution, the dashboards to show you everything that's going on, your pending and sales and all that stuff in real time. Let's talk like the whole Dotloop thing. I think is really funny how that happened because we were trying to change the behavior for agents to get them into Fall Boss, right? To start creating deals, and that wasn't really working very well. So we had to kind of come up with a different solution, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. Like trying to get 300 agents to do the same thing is a monumentous task, right? Like they're out in the field, they're face to face with the consumers, and like to get them to prioritize updating a system or a widget or this or that gets incredibly difficult. And so we wanted to look for the place to where we know that the agents are always at when they're, when that deal is top of funnel, like when that loop gets opened, right?
Right.
And so what you were able to do is create some data visualization for me for when those loops are open and for when those contracts are happening from Dotloop versus me waiting for the agent to go into FUB or for the deal to close and brokerment down the road.
Yeah, totally, man. I love it. I love it. And I'm glad it's been super helpful. So, for someone that's watching this right now and identifying with a lot of this and like maybe they're going through the same thing. That was one of the biggest things that I remember talking, especially bigger teams that are running a lot of agents, maybe not 300, but running maybe 30, 40, 50 is their decision making was always 3 months out. Like that was I heard that over and over and over again, even a year ago when we started, down this path. Like, what would you say to someone that's watching and still struggling with that? Like, what would you say to them?
Well, I mean, it can't hurt to have a conversation with you, about that. I'm happy
Yeah.
to have a conversation with anybody out there that's listening as well. I didn't get to where I'm at in my journey without getting help from others and so forth and so on. But, our relationship started out with just a group text, and then it led to a Zoom meeting and another Zoom meeting, and then to what it's at today, where you're able to give me insight into my business in real time. And so I'm just grateful that I took the time to reach out to you and meet with you. And so I think it doesn't cost a penny to talk on a phone and see where things may go. And so that would be my advice, just I don't know how you're going to have things structured and so forth in terms of how agents can get a hold of you, but get on the phone and reach out to Scott. That's what I would say.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing. There's a lot of programs out there, Levi, where or products where they have you sign up and pay and before you even know what you're paying for, right? And so that's not the case. If you go to our website, like we force you to book a demo with us because we want to learn about your business. We want to show you what we can offer and what we can do for you and give you a trial period on using our products so that it's going to be a good fit for you. The last thing we want is to be working with people that cancel in 30 days because it's not working out or like we've always been a company, it's all about support. We want to be there face to face with you. We're not just some SaaS platform where you never talk to anybody. All you talk to is bots. So, yeah, man, I'm so grateful to have been able to work with you and be on this journey with you to like really give you the ultimate clarity on where you're at in your business. And when we get that QuickBooks integrating into the
Oh,
dashboard, dude, it's going to be
yeah.
game over for that, man. And that's coming
No,
real soon. So I'm excited.
yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, just in our short time together, I've really allowed me a great opportunity to have some additional insight into the business, and so forth and so on. So I really appreciate all the work that you guys have done so far. So far, I highly encourage anybody that is watching this. I mean, yeah, go book a demo with Scott and his team. And I gotta, add some validity to what you said there. I mean, you'd shoot me a text if there was a gap or a problem while we were identifying it. It wasn't just me reaching out to you. More often than not, it was your team reaching out to me saying, "Hey, Levi, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?" So you have some A players on the other end with RealSync that really know what the hell they're doing, and so forth. I don't have some big crazy business background. I just put myself in the right rooms. I watch others and I execute. And so So if you can emulate with that, and that's, it sounds like you as well. I mean, don't be afraid to go and to try to sign up with Scott and his team, and maybe they can change your business, give you some additional insight into your business, and so because it has mine. So
Awesome, man. Well, thanks so much, Levi, for taking the time. I really appreciate it, man. And we'll talk to y'all soon.
no,
Peace.
absolutely. Hey, thanks. Yep.